Hello, everyone. This is Thomas again from Bildungsurlaub Approval, and it's our last day. It's Thursday, and the Easter weekend is in front of us. And with me again, Korinne from Education Marketing.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be back. Hi, Thomas. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Looking forward to the Easter break.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some nice weather.
Oh,
At the moment, doesn't look too good, but well,
exactly.
we'll see. Yeah,
Yeah.
what did you think of our two sessions the last 2 days from Bernice and Tamara?
Oh, they were both fantastic. I've been doing this for a very long time now, and even I managed to learn a thing or two. So
Yes.
that was great. I particularly enjoyed Tamara's presentation yesterday. I wasn't able to watch the whole of Bernice's one. Unfortunately, I had other things to do, but I managed to sit through Tamara's one yesterday, and I really enjoyed especially the way she explained SEO, like really broke it down. I thought that was really nice and digestible, because I've heard lots of explanations. I've given explanations before, and that was really a nice, uncomplicated way of setting out exactly what it is. And of course, there were lots of other bits of her presentation that I loved as well, but I think we might touch on those a bit later. When we talk a bit more about all bits and pieces.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I liked both as well. Both gave me new insights, and Bernice made a point which I found quite interesting, because I tend to do that a lot as well. Put so much information, because you think, okay, you need to tell them this, and oh, did you mention this? And by the way, we have this new, and there's something, and have a look there, and we got our new Facebook. And so she said, well, only concentrate on one information for the blogging or for the newsletter, which I never thought of, but it's true. Like the attention level is quite low. Because
I absolutely agree. And I know that working with a lot of my clients on their social media posts, sometimes they want to crush in sort of a few different topics into one. And I say to them, no, you could separate this into 3 posts, and then the job is so much easier. You're not having to think of 3 other posts.
Absolutely, yes.
I absolutely agree with what Bernice said with that. That's let's make it easy for ourselves and not hit them all at once with everything. Both in terms of keeping their attention, but also, making our lives easier.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes you're struggling with what to write, what to content, so don't waste it in all information in just one post or one newsletter.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's absolutely right.
So what have we got today for our audience?
Well, let me just start the just a moment. Let me start the screen sharing, put everything into the oops, of course I've pressed the wrong button to start with. Just one moment.
By the way, until Korinne is ready, don't forget we still have our Easter egg prize draw from Bernice. She is drawing the lucky winner today, this afternoon, in the live session. And Tamara is giving away a free web page, landing page audit. You can still comment in her video below and to take part of this. So, and now we are ready.
Fantastic. Actually, I'm just looking here, and I'm going to change the view slightly. Don't know how I did this the other day, but it was working, and now it's not quite doing what I want it to do. So let's have a look if I press this one.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm not sure if you and I are still on the screen, but that's okay. We don't need to see ourselves. One thing that Thomas and I wanted to touch on today was why you should market your Bildungsurlaub approval, because we've had some wonderful ideas and some wonderful tips and tricks for marketing it, but I think we need to half step back and really look at why we should do it, because we know that your Bildungsurlaub customers are just one customer group and probably quite a number of customers that you might have for your school and your programs. So let's have a wee look. I think one of the things that is really important to point out is that in recent times, particularly post-pandemic and up until now, the idea of a Bildungsurlaub here in Germany has become much more popular than it was before. And a big part of that is because more people know about it. We have better knowledge of what we're entitled to, our rights, what we can do on a Bildungsurlaub. And a big part of that is also knowing that you can take these Bildungsurlaub each year. So year on year, it's not a one-off. You can do it year on year. You can save it up, as Thomas mentioned the other day, I think for 2 years in most places. Is that right, Thomas?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can save them up, but we know that now. Before there was sort of not level of education, and now people here in Germany are quite well versed in what a Bildungsurlaub is. And to put it into perspective, around 500,000 people take a Bildungsurlaub each year. So that is a tremendous pool of people that you can actually tap into, market to. Those are big numbers. Now, of course, online courses, particularly post-pandemic, are now also included in Bildungsurlaub. But if you can't get somebody physically to your school, why not market them an online course? There is so much opportunity. And as I mentioned, it's become a hot topic. So even personally, in the last 2 years, I could probably name 3 or 4 friends who have actually done a Bildungsurlaub. And previously, it might have been, you heard of one every couple of years. But it's definitely increased in popularity in the last few years.
Yeah, employers see the benefits more like now as well. Like in the past, it was a lot of, in the cases, it was like, okay, we will have to give them the time off. But now they encourage their staff to go away or to do some studying because they know they come back not only with the knowledge of a new language or brushing up their language. It's like they open new horizons and they're coming back a bit more relaxed and have more fun with the work again. And so the benefits are after the COVID pandemic are more seen for the employers as well.
Exactly. So again, why should we use the Bildungsurlaub approval logo on our materials? Why should we, tell people that we have our different approvals? And I think the biggest thing is that Germans are very concerned with quality. I don't think that's a secret to anybody. Quality is very, very important. We have quality labels on just about everything in our everyday lives. We have these stickers that give ratings on all kinds of different products, from yogurt to you name it. Every sort of product you can imagine at some point will have been tested and been given a quality stamp or sticker of some sort. So we're very, very sensitive to quality here in Germany, and whether something is accredited, whether we can trust it. And there are many times the situation where we might choose something that's a little bit more expensive, not crazy expensive. We are still all dealing with, inflation as well over here, but we are happy to pay a little bit more if we can really trust something that's shown to be better or checked or trusted or tested. If it's something that we can trust, we are happy to pay for it. And in saying that, when you submit for your Bildungsurlaub approval, there's different things, different criteria that you have to meet. And so when a German person sees that you have these approvals, to them it's sort of saying, okay, the standard that has been set by an official, government, state government, an official endorsement that your course meets the standard that's expected for that state. So I think showing off that you have these Bildungsurlaub approvals is something that, you know, is really like reassuring your German customers that that your courses are of a level of quality. Of course, by showing that you have this Bildungsurlaub approval, again, it's a good flow on for your other non-Bildungsurlaub courses, because if your courses meet this, if some of your courses meet the standard, then the assumption is that the other courses that you offer are also of a high quality. So it's definitely worth in your general marketing to German customers to make sure that you are drawing attention, using the logo, showing that you have this Bildungsurlaub approval.
It's building up trust, basically.
Exactly.
I liked what Tamara said yesterday. It's like the other important ingredient is the trust in the web page, in your school, in the course. They don't know you, so another logo, especially from Germany, clients have trust in your school, even if they don't need it or don't take the Bildungsurlaub at this time. They still rely on this logo or on the label.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you're using the Bildungsurlaub approval logo, the German colors are right there. So it's actually quite eye-catching. If a German person is scanning through the website, their eye's definitely going to be caught by the colors of the flag. And they're going to know that, you know, they are welcome, you know, which may be a given, but they're going to identify themselves in your school, in your offering. So I think that's also quite important.
Did you see our new logos, Corinne?
I did, and I really like it.
Yeah, I thought we bring together like the education and the vacation part, so with the palm trees to make it a little bit more, to have this aspect of vacation as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can still use our other logo, the seal, and we have a few logos now. You can choose from the one which fits your webpage or your corporate identity best.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's no official logo in Germany for Bildungsurlaub. I see some schools, they use from the ministry, from one state, but then for the client, it seems like, okay, you got it in Hamburg, but what about Berlin? What about Lower Saxony? So I would not recommend it at all to use it, even if it's an official approval from the state, unless you only have it for this one state.
Exactly.
Otherwise, don't use it. It's so confusing for the German clients and for the agents as well, thinking, okay, they got it Hamburg, but I don't need it for Hamburg.
Yeah,
so
I'm not connected to Hamburg, so I can't do it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
You don't want to cut off, potentially.
Use ours, so at least the agents know they find your approvals on our webpage, and clients know as well they can find the information in German.
Absolutely, and they connect your logo, well, the Bildungsurlaub approval logo to their profile on your website. So they can still drive customers directly to information about their own school, their own programs, which is really nice as well.
Absolutely, and since we are not an agent, you're not losing the client to us and paying us commission. It's like like the client is coming back. We got the direct link on our page to yours. So you're just showing them, okay, we are approved, and you can see all the information again in German. We got all the states listed, so it's another reassurance for the client.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Right.
So what we want the schools to do, and ideally do it now before over the next Easter days. If you haven't done it yet, please make sure you got our logo on your webpage and you're placing a link to your school profile on our webpage. And sometimes I see schools using our logo and having a landing page, but it's so well hidden that it takes actually a few attempts. And I'm not sure how the student is finding it until you find the information with Bildungsurlaub. So please make sure if you got a landing page and if you got all the information on your web page and using our logo, make sure that the client can find it within the first 20 seconds on your web page. It's fine if the client is coming through the search engine straight to your landing page, but if he wants to come back and is having a look on your web page and he can't find the information, he's completely lost. And so it makes sense to use our logo on the first page, quite a good dominant space, and have the landing page easily listed or
easy to find. One thing that I thought was really interesting that Tamara said this yesterday was that the Bildungsurlaub landing page should be in German. And I thought, well, actually, of course it should be, because it's not for anyone else. So in terms of keywords and for appealing to the correct audience, that makes a lot of sense that it should be in German. As long as you've got those keywords, the correct keywords included there, German-speaking people will find you. And what I thought as well was super interesting was that when Tamara was showing us on the Google AdWords or Google Ads, sorry, the Google Ads tool, the actual search volume for some of these keywords and terms. Now, I know that Tamara was using the example of Portugal, so it was Bildungsurlaub Portugal. Now, Portugal's not one of the destinations for Germans to go to for learning a language. For Bildungsurlaub at least. And I was really surprised to see that the search numbers per month were up around 1,000. Now, that to me just, tells me that you absolutely need to have a decent, a landing page set up, because if Bildungsurlaub Portugal is getting around 1,000, you can only imagine what some of the other more, and I don't want to say more popular, that sounds terrible, but some of the bigger, more, what is more popular?
Major,
courses,
English, Spanish, that's what,
what sort of search rates they are getting. So, I mean, if you haven't watched the session on landing pages yet, then absolutely go back and watch that, because there's some really good tips on that. My point being, though, is that it is, to me, that really cemented. I always believed that you needed a landing page. I believe you need landing pages for any type of campaign or, ads or whatever it is that you're doing. But this really cemented it for me that you absolutely need one for your Bildungsurlaub. And as I just mentioned before, 500,000 people out there are doing Bildungsurlaub. Surely some of those people, you can attract them to come to your school. 500,000. That's crazy. That's bigger than a lot of German cities.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's quite that's like half of Cologne, Thomas. Half of Cologne every year on Bildungsurlaub. So, I mean, to put it into perspective, that's a ton of people, and so we really should be making the most of this. I'm not going to call it an untapped market, but it is a market that we don't market to enough, and I think it's only going to get bigger. And I think it's time that we, collected all of these German people who live in Germany to do Bildungsurlaub.
Yeah, especially year after year, they doing it, or they can do it. So, as I said on the first day, if you have a happy client, make sure he's coming back and back in again for like every year for his Bildungsurlaub.
Absolutely. Now, I know that there's a few other bits and pieces that we wanted to touch on as well in terms of, and I think in terms of talking about keywords, talking about Facebook testimonials is probably a nice little segue into that. I know that you wanted to encourage people watching to leave a review.
Yes, I find it important for schools to not only to blog or do something, but also to use the testimonial of their clients. Make sure they got the word Bildungsurlaub in it. So if a student is saying, like, I had a good time, or I spent my Bildungsurlaub with that school there and there, make sure you're using this testimonial on your Facebook, on your webpage, wherever. And if you're commented anywhere, make sure you're using Bildungsurlaub as well as in the comment.
Make those keywords into your comments as well. I think that's really important. It's such an easy thing to do that many people forget, but it does have an impact. So, if somebody has written your school a review on Facebook and said, I did my Bildungsurlaub at blah, blah, blah school, then, when you reply, and because you should always be replying to, any sort of feedback you get, you could write, thank you so much, blah, 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 for your great feedback. We're glad that you enjoyed your Bildungsurlaub. Put those keywords back into your comments as well, because it's just building that keyword profile. And I think that's really important. And it doesn't cost us anything, but maybe a couple of extra seconds of our time.
And of course, if you would like to leave a testimonial on our Facebook webpage, you're very welcome to do so, and leave the word Bildungsurlaub as well, with the name your school or the URL of your language school, and to encourage you to do it pretty soon. Maybe at the Easter weekend.
No time like the present. But I think that it's important to point out as well that it's not just other schools that are looking at your Facebook page. There's agents, there's students themselves.
Absolutely.
If they're searching for things to do with Bildungsurlaub, they're going to find your Facebook page. So it's really important that schools, if you're making a review, do include, make sure that you're using your school profile, or do include the name of your school in your review. As Thomas said, you can leave the URL. I'm not sure if you can leave it in the review, but you might be able to comment it underneath the review after it's posted. But by all means, include the name of your school, talk about Bildungsurlaub, and we will make sure, or Thomas will make sure, that he also comments back and says, thank you, and mentions your school, so that you are also getting that benefit.
At least you can tag it. If you can't put the URL, you can tag it for LinkedIn or on the Facebook page as well. And I would like to thank every school to leave a testimonial with a extra posting in our social media platforms. So any school giving us a testimonial on Facebook and on LinkedIn will receive a free post on our social media as well for the school.
Fantastic. A little bit of Easter incentive there.
Yes. So there's no reason not to do it at all now.
Yeah, and a little birdie told me that once again you are nominated for a study travel award.
Well, we are hoping for it, yeah.
You're hoping for it, okay.
Yes.
So the little birdie is perhaps the little birdie is what do you call it? Can see the future.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, we've been nominated 5 times, so hopefully we'll be nominated the 6th time now. So I would, if you haven't voted yet, please give us your 5 votes, Bildungsurlaub Approval as STAR Service Provider 2025. That would be really, really much appreciated. That would be fantastic to be nominated again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully we win it one time.
Yeah, I'll cross my fingers. Maybe, 6th time lucky.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, we were talking yesterday about perhaps doing a live in the afternoon, this afternoon, and I wanted to ask you if we could let people know roughly what time that's going to be, so that they know to look out for us. So
Yeah, I need to talk to Bernice, but it's probably around 2 o'clock, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
But I'll post it. I'll post it in our Facebook group. But I guess it's about 2 o'clock because Bernice is giving away her prize and drawing the lucky school, which gets the blog on her webpage.
Fantastic. Great. Yeah, so roughly 2 o'clock. So everyone should look out for us because that's a little bit later than now. So it's not directly well, no, but I mean it's not directly after the session. So definitely look out for that. I will do my best to also be there if anyone has any questions about any of the things that we've talked about or about ways to market Bildungsurlaub in general, or as I said before, anything German. Yeah, so we are looking forward to perhaps having some live backwards and forwards with people in that session, which, yeah, I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, if we don't see you, happy Easter.
Yes, thank you very much. Happy Easter, everyone. I hope that you've had a good time over the last 4 days. I enjoyed, co-hosting with Thomas. Love an opportunity to co-host with Thomas. As he said way back on day one, we've done this a few times together now, so it sort of feels weird to do it alone. So.
Yes, yeah, it's missing a part, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so I might see you in 2 hours.
Yep.
And yeah, to everyone else who can't join us, you can watch the recordings in Facebook and on LinkedIn. We posted it as well, and on our Bildungsurlaub Approval YouTube channel as well, because some people said they don't have Facebook profile or access, so we posted it on YouTube as well. And if you don't see you, happy Easter, and I hope you have a lovely weekend.
All right, everyone. See you later.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.